Hello and welcome to a CFMEU News Update. I'm Emily Barker. Mining giant BHP has destroyed efforts to improve workplace relations with mine workers at its central Queensland coal mining operations. The multinational's coal arm BMA has found to discipline a supervisor who abused and physically prevented a check inspector investigating a safety concern at the Saraji mine. The incident shocked and disgusted workers on shift who refused to work under the supervisor. Those workers later received disciplinary notes from BMA. Queensland District President Stephen Smythe said BMA's failure to discipline the supervisor spoke volumes of the company's aggressive attitude to mine workers. A roundtable of Hunter Valley community leaders has called for government action to address fly-in, fly-out labour in New South Wales. The roundtable featured federal politicians, mayors and community and CFMEU representatives who discussed the social and economic impacts of FIFO and workers' camps. The issue was a hot topic for the Hunter after plans were lodged for a 3,000-person mat camp for Singleton. Federal MP Tony Windsor told the meeting FIFO could erode the integrity of regional Australia and that the Singleton plan was mind-boggling.
There's no need to have a fly-in, fly-out work camp to provide for accommodation for people who already live here. So it's almost, by definition, going to mean that it'll be external people that'll get the jobs. The money will leave the area, and that money is quite extensive in terms of the value it adds to local communities if in fact they are residential workers.
Northern District Secretary Graham Kelly said there was no need for the camp and that mining companies must invest more in skills and training and proper accommodation.
Well, it comes back to the social fabric, it comes back to the community, it comes back to their working arrangements, it comes back to whether or not the boss is going to use a wedge to drive against them. Don't be mistaken, this is the coal companies pushing for workers' development to undermine working conditions.
The union's own Lorraine Usher has won the ACTU's Jennie George Award for contributions to women's advancement in unions. The New South Wales Energy District Secretary received the top gong for her 27 years of activism and pursuit of affirmative action. Lorraine was instrumental in establishing the CFMEU's National Women's Committee, of which she is secretary. In presenting the award, ACTU President Jed Carney paid tribute, saying Lorraine's unwavering lobbying and participation was a wonderful example to all women in the union movement. Tony Abbott has finally unveiled some details about the Coalition's plans for their industrial relations policy, but the launch has failed to outline the Coalition's long-term plans for Australian workplaces. The ACTU has criticised the policy launch for attempting to return to individual contracts through individual flexibility agreements, which will override collectively negotiated agreements. National President Tony Marr said allowing so-called flexibility agreements would allow employers to drive down conditions and entitlements and pave a way back to work choices. For more information on these stories, plus the latest on the Let's Spread It Around campaign, please go to the CFMEU website.